What's up, guys? Jake Spurley, Fair and Event, fairandevent.com. Hope you're doing extraordinarily well today. I say it every video, but I mean it. I hope you guys are doing well. It's good that you're here. I'm happy that you're here. Today we're talking about floor plans, or at least in this video, we're going to be talking about floor plans. A lot of people just kind of throw things willy-nilly wherever they want. And believe it or not, there is a lot of psychology that can go into floor plans if you want them to. I don't know, the choice is yours. Successful events put into a lot of psychology, a lot of thought, a lot of effort, a lot of intuition into their floor plans, where things are going, where vendors are going, where different things are placed. It's all psychological to have successful floor plans. So let's dive into that today. We have a little demo floor plan up on the board. And just a side note, I've been getting absolutely roasted in emails for my handwriting. Yeah, guys, got it. I've been working on it since like the first grade, but it's not going to get any better. So content's great. Handwriting sucks. Let's deal with that one. We're learning floor plans right now. So there's a couple things we got to think about in the floor plan game. One is, how much space do we have, right? The last thing you want to do is oversell your booths, and you're constrained by space. So first thing, get the floor plan. If you have it from the venue, you can upload it into your Fair and Event map builder if you want. If you're not using fairandevent.com yet, you can actually probably just map it on a piece of paper, ruler, grid lines. I know that sounds awful. My recommendation personally is sign up for Fair and Event. The floor plan builder is free. Get using that. So get the floor plan. Figure out how many feet you have. Figure out how many rows of booths you can have. What size booths you're going to have. The next thing is actually making a stance on how many booths, how big those booth sizes are going to be. Are you going to do 10 by 10s, 5 by 5s, 8 by 8s? And put that all out. Our recommendation, at least my recommendation, is map out your floor plan in the smallest denomination possible. So maybe the smallest booth you're going to offer is a 10 by 10. Build your floor plan with all the 10 by 10s, label them with individual 10 by 10s. That way, if somebody wants a 10 by 30, let's say, they can just get 3 10 by 10 booths to make it 10 by 30. You never have to change your floor plans. Super simple, super easy. Get all that stuff laid out. The next thing you want to do is think about emergencies. We always got to be careful of safety, especially when you have hundreds of people, thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people coming in. Safety is always a big concern. That's where a large bit of liability comes in, is with safety concerns. So have a good understanding of your emergency exits, emergency procedures. Where is your emergency exits? Are they labeled? What happens if an emergency were to happen? Are you communicating that to your vendors and everybody, all the stakeholders at the event? Where are your fire extinguishers? Are those properly labeled? Do you have hand sanitizer stations? If we're still in the COVID world, when you're watching this video, think about all those things and put them on the map. If they're not on the map, they are way too easy to forget. Once you have that all kind of mapped out, you got your booths there, it's really time to logically think about, how do I want my event to flow? Do I want it to flow left to right, right to left? Maybe I have a different floor plan. Maybe it needs to go, kind of zigzagging back and forth. Understand how you want your event's flow to be. And also think about controlling the flow. You can control flow very easily. Maybe you want people to slow down and you want crowded aisleways. If you want crowded aisleways, make the aisleways smaller, bring your booths in a little bit. So people are walking by booths much slower. They are having to take more time to look at the booths. If you want, it's a free flow, you don't really care about controlling traffic, make those aisleways much bigger. The downside to that is people are going to be zooming by booths much quicker. They're not going to be slowing down. They're just going from point A to point B, getting there as quickly as you can. That's a little tip on how to control flow based on your aisle sizes and spacing. Once you got your flow figured out, probably time to assign vendors to booths, kind of get that bit going on. And one thing that is so underrated that's, I don't know where I learned it from. Maybe it was just because I was a vendor before and I was thinking about where I wanted to be placed as a vendor at shows. But logically think about what makes sense for each vendor. You got to think of what is good for each specific vendor. Not, you can go there, you can go there. Sure, we'll put you in the corner. Think about what's something little I can do as, a show manager, an exhibitor coordinator, vendor coordinator, whatever it is, to make that vendor's experience just a little bit better. Let's take this example for right now. We have 10, 15 booths right here. We have 2 different attractions. We have a fishing pool. We have a shooting range. We'll say this is a sportsman's expo. What would make sense to go right here at the fishing pool? Well, it wouldn't really probably make a lot of sense to put like a insurance person here. It probably wouldn't make a lot of sense to put like a rifle person here. But what would make sense is to put like a fishing pole person here. So maybe we put the pole dealer here. What else would make sense? You know, maybe you have a boat exhibitor that wants to come in. Maybe we put the boat company here. So if you think about it, when people are visiting the fishing pool, their mind's in fishing. They want to know about fishing. They're interested in it. Obviously, they like fishing. So why don't we put exhibitors that have products or services that are related to fishing next to where your attendees and guests are in the mindset of fishing? So the same thing down here with a shooting range. Probably wouldn't make a lot of sense to put a boat down here next to the shooting range. When attendees get to the shooting range, they're in the mindset of shooting, hunting, kind of that outdoorsy mindset. So maybe down here, you put a gun vendor right next to the shooting range. Or maybe over here, you put a safari vendor. They're offering safari, wild safari hunts down in Africa or whatever that might look like. Guys, doing just little tiny things like this not only create a much more dynamic show for your exhibitors and your attendees, but it also shows your exhibitors that you care. And send them an email. Hey, I know you're a fishing pole dealer. I put you right next to the fishing pond. I really hope it works out. Let us know. Give us any feedback on how that spot worked out for you and work with them. The biggest thing here is your exhibitors are your customers, not the other way around. We have to treat them like they are our top priority. So without exhibitors, we have no show. And little things like that make exhibitors go crazy and give you raving reviews. Exhibitors talk, guys. And the better experience we can have, just little things like this, putting exhibitors next to areas where the mindset of attendees is in their genre is absolutely huge. This is also very easy to assign different vendors in the Fair and Event Floorplan Builder. If you haven't checked that out, check it out. It's free, fairandevent.com. It'll help you a ton with organizing your vendors and assigning them to different booths, moving different objects, and really controlling your whole floor plan. This is critical. The other bit, I think, to floor plans is make a floor plan and stick with it. I think so often we second guess ourselves. Oh, maybe this should go here. Maybe this should go here. Maybe this should go here. Just make a floor plan and stick to it. And if it doesn't work, you always have next year to change it and own it. If a vendor does awful in this spot, say, hey, I understand you did terrible. I'm going to work with you next year to place you in a different spot. Let's see if that works better. Learning and growing and making events better is all about trial and error. Try something. If it doesn't work, own it, move on. You can't get better unless you try different things. Have any questions about floor plans? Throw them down in the comments there. We'd really appreciate it if you hit the little subscribe button, a little bell, so you get little notifications when we post new videos. If you found this video helpful, please share it with somebody in the industry. We'd really appreciate it, and I'm sure they would too. Anywho, hope you have a great rest of your day. Thanks so much for tuning in. Cheers.